this life. The Honorable Mrs. Hana Rizmadewi Agustina, S.Kp, M.En, Ph.D., the head of Department of Basic and Child Nursing at Padjadjaran University, the Honorable Mrs. Shurouq Ghalib Qadous, MCH, Ph.D., as a guest lecturer from An-Najah National University, Nablus, Palestine, the Honorable Mrs. Maria Komariah, BSN, MCH, Ph.D., as a course coordinator of Faculty of Nursing, Padjadjaran University, the Honorable Mrs. Teresia Eriani, S.Kp Nurse, M.Kes, as a lecturer of Faculty of Nursing, Padjadjaran University. Before we proceed to the open lecture, I would like to remind all participants to fill in the attendance form link shared by committee in the chat box. Now, we invite Mrs. Hana Rizmadewi Agustina, M.En, Ph.D., to give an opening speech. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Hana Rizmadewi Agustina. Mrs. Hana, time is all yours.
Thank you, Nafila, for a really great introduction. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to welcome to Dr. Shurouq from Palestine. It's really great honor for us to meet you in virtual meeting. So I'm not quite sure what time is it in your country at this moment. Is it in the morning or in the afternoon?
Yeah, it is in morning, 8 a.m.
How long does it take? Is it 6 hours? 6 hours, 7 hours?
Yeah, around like this.
Okay, so thank you very much. So yeah, we really appreciate for your great efforts to participate in our open lecture. And I would like to thank to Dr. Maria Komariah for her facilitation so that we can invite you to share about knowledge and your experience about a cultural approach in nursing care, especially in the context of Palestine. I think it will be an interesting lecture this afternoon. So I would like to invite all the students to pay attention and perhaps preparing a good question to Dr. Shurouq to gain more understanding about what happened in Palestine. Because for all Indonesian people, Palestine is close to our heart. So for sure, there are so many students want to know more from you directly about what happened there at this moment. So thanks again for all the students from 2022 batch. They are quite new students the first year. However, from their experience in the last open lecture, they really great in providing this program. So I hope this open lecture for this afternoon also will create the same result. I think I don't have anything to talk, just I would like to sit down nicely and ready for having lecture from Dr. Shurouq. Okay, yeah, I think that's all from me. Welcome again in our Faculty of Nursing in Padjadjaran. Maybe in the future we can see you directly in our beloved campus. Thank you. That's all from me. I return to the Master of Ceremony. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And that's the speech delivered by Mrs. Hana Rizmadewi. Thank you, Mrs. Hana, for your opening speech. And in the next one, we will continue to our main agenda is the open lecture from Ms. Shurouq Ghalib Qadous, MCH, PhD. Okay, before we started, I would like to greet our lecturer today. Assalamualaikum, Ms. Shurouq. How is your day?
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is winter in Palestine now. It is the winter because in Palestine we have a 4 season: summer and winter and the spring. So now it is winter, and in the early morning, it is raining a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, even though it's a winter season in Palestine, but I'm sure that this is not reduce our excitement to um, this open lecture. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Shura, for a little bit of your highlight in your country. And the next session is, okay, this session will be led by my partner, Helen, Frieda, Katherine, as a moderator. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to read the summary of Miss Helen Frieda Katherine CV. Miss Helen Frieda Katherine CV she is a hard worker, disciplined, communicative, creative, and an organized person. Her personal experience is she is a business owner of Herifasauntetik since 2016 until the present. Her education is in 2021, she's graduated from SMA N1 Kerangkeng, and now she is a student undergraduate program in Faculty of Nursing Padjadjaran University since August 2022 until the present. Her organization and experience is she is a member of Pramuka SMA N1 Kerangkeng since 2018 until 2020. Also, she is a member of publicity, documentary, and design at event Pasca PLA in September 2021. She is also a speaker at event University Day by SMA N1 Kerangkeng in December 2021. She provides an insight to high school students about public university as well as tips and tricks to be accepted in public university. Not only that, Miss Helen is an outstanding student who has won several competitions. In 2021, she is a semi-finalist of Irlanda University Dentistry Olympiad Dentin. In 2020, she is in 5th place newscasting competition UMC. In 2020, she is also semi-finalist LCTK Chemistry UMC. And in 2019, she is a 4th place storytelling competition at Wiraloda University. Without any further, please welcome Miss Helen Frieda Katherine's time is yours.
Well, thank you so much, Ms. Nafila, for your excitement and for the introduction. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Helen Frieda Katherine, your moderator of today's open lecture. I am very pleased to see you here and welcome all of you to this open lecture. So our topic for today is about culturally competent care in nursing, application in maternal and child care in the occupied Palestinian territory. Before the open lecture begins, let me inform you how the open lecture will be going on. First, Ms. Shurouq will be invited to present the material. Second, today's open lecture is recorded by the committee. Also, it will be available on demand after the open lecture is ended. Third, if you have any questions during the presentation, just type your questions and into the chat box or raise your hand. At the end of the speaker session, me, as the moderator, would invite you to activate the microphone so you can ask your questions to the speaker directly. And last but not least, we really appreciate if you could give us a feedback at the end of the session to our speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, our speaker today is Ms. Shurouq Ghalib Qadous, MCH, Ph.D. She's worked as a teaching staff in An-Najah International University, Palestine. She has participated in several conferences locally and internationally that are related to her specialty field, in which she gained a leading skills as a preventive to all women in her society. She also encouraged students from both gender to raise awareness among their society, especially in this day as they face and live in the war conflict. Well, firstly, I want to greet the Ms. Shurouq. Hello, Ms. Shurouq. Good morning there. Would you like to greet all participants for today's lecture? Hello, Ms. Shurouq. Hello, Ms. Shurouq.
Hello.
Would you like to greet all the participants in this room?
Yes. Do you mean a little bit introduction? Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, please.
Okay, dear all, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you so much for your introduction, Helen and Nafila. Thank you so much for your speak. And I'm so happy to be here today with you all. I would like to thank you again, Dr. Maria. She's my friend. I meet her in Prince University. So I am lucky to meet Dr. Maria, and since that day, we have been a friend and always be in contact with each other. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Miss Shurouq, for your greetings. So back to Miss Shurouq's quick brief. Miss Shurouq was born in Nablus City, North City in West Bank. She earned her bachelor degree in nursing from Qadous University, Palestine in 1988. She began her first career by working in the Red Crescent Hospital in Jerusalem, and in a short period of time, she became the senior staff nurse of normal nursery and neonatal intensive care unit. She completed her master's degree in 2003 from Al-Quds University. She is the teaching staff in An-Najah National University since 2006 until now. In 2018, she got a Ph.D. scholarship from TICHA in University, Faculty of Nursing, Thailand. Ms. Shurouq has a research interest in field of maternal health issues, palliative care, forensic nursing, sexual reproductive health, and also pediatric issues. So now we're moving on to the one that we've been waiting for. I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of participants here that just can't wait to hear the lecture or stories or experience from our amazing and inspirational speakers. Please join me in welcoming the speaker, Ms. Shurouq Ghalib Qadous, MCH, Ph.D., to deliver her lecture. Ms. Shurouq?
Yes?
Time and place are all yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me start. Okay. It is clear now, Helen? It is okay?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much again for your welcoming and hospitality. I hope you will enjoy in my lecture and to know more about Palestine as a first-year student. I'm going to talk about culturally competent care in nursing, application in maternal and child care in the occupied Palestine territory. First of all, this is our map, and this is our flag. This is a Palestinian flag, and this is the Palestinian map, okay? Just to know. I want to talk a little bit about Palestine and from where Palestine word came from. The word Palestine derives from Greek word. It's called Philista. In Arabic, we call it Palestine. Which dates to ancient Greek writers' description of the region in the 12th century BC. So word Palestine came from Greek word. It's called Philista. Palestine typically refer to geographic region located between the Mediterranean Sea and the Jordan River. So when we look to map, we can see that Palestine located between Mediterranean Sea and Jordan River. So for this reason, Palestine was very famous in among sailors because there is a sea. So sailors, trades, and it's very important in the history of Palestine. How many Palestine spread over area of 6,020 square kilometer. And we can now, I will talk a little bit about when we say West Bank and when we say Gaza Strip, okay? So West Bank is almost about 5,655 square kilometers, and Gaza Strip is around 365. And look, Gaza is very small, and it have been known that Gaza is a small city in the world with high density population, So when we look to the map, this is Palestine, okay, and this is Mediterranean Sea, and this is the river, Jordan River Sea. And when we say Palestine, you know we are under occupation now, more than 50 years under Israel occupations. But this is the real map for Palestine, as you can see. This is Gaza Strip. Here, Gaza Strip, you know how much it is small. And this is West Bank. West Bank and Jerusalem, it's here. So I live in Nablus. This is my city here, Nablus. Okay. I live in West Bank. Easily. So I need to go through checkpoints. We have a lot of many checkpoints because after agreement, I don't know if you, Palestine become an area like area A, area B, area C. So is area C. So I cannot go Jerusalem without permission from Israel.
Well, I think the Miss Shurouq is having trouble with her connection, so let's wait Miss Shurouq to come back to this room.
Sorry, but it is look like internet is little bit weak. Okay, Helen.
Yes, Miss.
Hello.
Yes.
Can you hear me, Helen?
Yeah, I can hear your voice here.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, but the internet is little bit bad. Internet is little bit bad.
Yeah, it's okay, Miss. You can continue.
Unstable connection internet. Okay, I'm so sorry.
Yes, it's fine.
Okay.
Well, I'm so sorry that Miss Shurouq is in trouble again. So we just can't wait the Miss Shurouq for joining this room again.
Yeah. You can hear me, Helen?
Yes, Miss, I can hear your voice. Can you continue?
Okay, I will continue. Sorry again. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
So as you see here, we live under we live under a very difficult situation.
Please, sorry for cutting your presentations, but now your screen is not appear in our Zoom meeting. Can you please just share your screen again?
Okay. Just
okay. Thank you.
Just a little bit. Okay. Oh. It is okay now? It is okay?
It's still,
Helen?
oh yeah, it's okay. It is
Okay.
clear.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Miss.
Okay.
Please continue the presentations.
Okay, I will continue. Okay. So, we live under a very, very difficult situation in Palestine because the area is divided and we have many checkpoints outside the cities. And we are surrounded by many settlements on the mountains for Israel. So safety is very difficult to maintain your safety when you are moving from one city to another city. Even if you want to go sometimes to the hospital is very difficult. Moving, it is very difficult for me. Even I am Palestinian and we live in one area. I cannot go to Jerusalem. I cannot go to Gaza Strip. So some area it is not allowed for me to go without permission from Israel. As you know, religion in Palestine, the majority are Muslims, and we followers, most of us follow Sunnah branch of Islam. And we have the minority is Christians, around 6%. So that's only, how to say it, just only two religions in Palestine, mainly. It is Muslims and the Christians. And we cannot forget that regarding to Israel, we have another religions that it is Judaism religions. But for me as a Palestinian, I cannot, it is not allowed for me to work in area where Israel, and so we cannot, how to say it, we cannot have a contact with them. So we live in separate area. Everybody, Palestinian is with Palestinian, and there are Palestinian live with Israel in area C. But for me, I cannot work in this without permission. We call it permission that allow me to work in this area. So mainly for me, when I go to our hospitals, when I go to the clinics here in West Bank, mainly we can only Muslims and the Christians. Okay, main language is Arabic, and we have how to say it. We have like Palestinian Arabic has a 3 primary sub variation. Like for me, I live in rural area. The language is little bit different from the Palestinian who live in urban area or who live in Bedouin area. You understand me? So different like in culture, in language. Even we are one Palestine, but we have little bit different language and little bit different traditions, some traditions and beliefs and customs like this. So it is little bit different. Here are how to, because we are live under occupation since 1947, you can see the map that the green is Palestinian land and now, and Jewish, it is in white, you see? And after many conflict, the lands become less for Palestinian and more for Israel. And you can see the white for Israel and the green for Palestine. And more, the lands come more for Israel and less for Palestine. And you can see here at the present how much land took by Israel and how much less land for Palestine. So we are fighting now for our land. And you can see Gaza, because now Gaza is under control of Hamas authority. So you can see there is no settlement, no Israel inside Gaza, just around Gaza, okay? But I live in West Bank, so I surrounded by settlement. I surrounded by areas lived by Israel. So the situation little bit, who doesn't know the history very well about the Palestine, the situation will be difficult to understand if you don't read about the history time and how it is start the conflict and between us and Israel. Let's talk about demographic and health outcomes. I don't want to talk much more about political, but just I want to make the picture a little bit clear for you to understand our situation. And of course, the political situation, which is it's not stable, it will reflect in many areas, in education, in health mainly, it will be affected. So you can see from number now that I will talk about it, it will affect it because we live under occupations. Actually, the estimated population living in occupied Palestinian territory by mid-22, 5.1 million Palestinian, 3.05 million in West Bank, 2.05 million in Gaza Strip. You can imagine the limited area in Gaza, as you see, 365 square kilometers, 2.05 million people live in this area. So high density population. And this will reflect and also around 380 Palestinian, 380,000 Palestinian residents in East Jerusalem, because Jerusalem is divided east and
Well, Miss Shurouq is in trouble again, so we can wait her. Hello, Miss Shurouq, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello? Yeah?
Yes. I'm so sorry, Helen. I'm so sorry. I don't know why today keep the internet is not stable. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's okay, Miss.
Okay.
Can you please just continue your presentation, please?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, it's okay now. Sharing.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I stop here. The overall Palestinian population is young. So the Palestinian society is young. Nearly 38% of Palestinians are aged between 0 and 14 years, while 3.4% aged 65 years of old. Life expectancy at birth for Palestinians was 74.1 years in 2020. And we don't have, for male and female, it is the same, they are near together. To each other, more than compulsory to leave their house and go outside their house. And then now they live in West Bank or Gaza. You understand me? So we call it refugees because it is not the original area for them. Their house, they are lifted and taken by Israel. So they live outside, so we call them refugees, Palestinian refugees. Around 2.3 million refugees reside in occupied Palestinian territory. 1.47 million refugees lives in Gaza, mainly in Gaza, okay, and 2.34 in West Bank. In West Bank, we have 90 camps. We call it camps. The refugees live in this area, we call it camps. And camps, actually, it's very crowded. The health, regarding the health or providing the health is done by UNRWA, United Refugees Nations. By that, okay? And in Gaza, we have around 8 camps in Gaza alone. Let's talk about the health in occupied Palestine. So you can see that this very complicated situation in Palestine, and this uniquely affected by occupation by Israel since 1948. So I think we the only country in the world that we still live under occupation. Because of this complication, health system in Palestine is suffering from fragmentation at the historical, geographic, institutional, and organizational level. There are 4 main providers of healthcare services in West Bank and Gaza. In Palestine, you can, if you have a health problem and you need to go to the doctors or hospitals, you can, we have in Palestine 4 main providers for health. Mainly Ministry of Health, which is governmental. So we have hospital government and we have primary health care government. And also UNRWA for only refugees Palestinian who live in camp. And also we have non-governmental organization, and we have also Palestinian military medical services, each with its own respective network of primary healthcare centers and hospitals. If we can look to the health indicator in Palestine, maternal mortality rate remains a major public health challenge. Globally, it is the leading cause of death among females between 15 and 49 years old. 99% of maternal death occur in developing countries. This is globally. In Palestine, in 2020, the maternal mortality rate around 28.5 per 100,000 live births. 24.3 in Gaza and 31.4 in West Bank. Infant mortality rate for Palestinian in West Bank and Gaza, 6.9 per 1,000 live births, and under 5 mortality was 8.2 per 1,000. So still we need to reduce these numbers for maternal and for infant. Total fertility rate in the occupied Palestinian is 3.8, okay, with marked differences between Gaza and West Bank. But in general, Palestinian people like to have a children, not one children, not one baby or two babies, sometimes 3 baby, 4 baby, 5 baby, it's okay. Because we think that many young people are killed by Israel. So we think that if we bring more baby, so we can fight and still, how to say, to be more strong, and still we can fight the Israel by bringing more baby. Cultural competence and definitions and the components, and why it is important to be nursing, the nursing to be culturally competent. Cultural competence is the ability, this is very important, healthcare workers to give the best medical care to patients while demonstrating cultural awareness for their beliefs, race, values. So every nursing should have a cultural awareness while she is in contact with her patients regarding his beliefs or her beliefs, race, and values. In Palestine, we don't have race because, as I said before, that only we speak one language, Arabic, even it is a little bit different from rural and cities, but still we talk one language, and we majority are Muslims, minority is the Christians, but we have to be culturally awareness regarding to another religions. It's very important. So if any patient came from different cultures, so how we can deal with it, okay? Cultural competence in nursing, it means you have to knowledge of patients' cultural diversity and treating them with in mind knowledge. So we talk about the knowledge. So after awareness is knowledge is very important. You have to read and to know little, let's say little, at least little about the cultural background of your patients or your client. Cultural competence prepares nurses to empathize, relate more to patients, and attend more deeply to their needs. We become sensitivity. It's called sensitivity. Suppose that your patients from another religions and is died. So how we can deal with the died patients from different culture or from different region, and I am a Muslim nurse. So how can I deal with these issues in a proper way? With people effectively. So, as we see in diagram, awareness, knowledge, sensitivity.
Well, I think Ms. Shurouq is getting in trouble again. Let's just wait for Ms. Shurouq to come back to this main room. Thank you.
Okay, I will continue.
Well, Miss, yes. Would you mind if we help you to share screen the material?
Okay, yes. You want from me to send the material for you now or share?
If you don't mind, I would help you to share the screen.
What?
If you don't mind, I will help you to share the screen.
Okay, okay.
You can send the material to Miss Maria.
Okay. Because okay, Helen. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Miss.
Okay, okay. So it's this, as we talked before, awareness, knowledge, sensitivity, cultural competence is very important, and it will lead to be competent culturally. Cultural competence in nursing aids in the growth and development of nurses while also incorporating relevant societal values. This is very important that when you be culturally competent, it means that it help the nurse to be growth and development and regarding to relevant societal values. Cultural competence expects more than just tolerating another's cultures and practice. Instead, it aims to bridging the gaps, and this is very important. Why I need to be a culturally competent? Because I don't want to feel a gap between me and the client or the patients and personalized care. Okay. Practicing culturally competent care in nursing means taking a holistic approach. And this is very important in our nursing. We need, we work a holistic, not divided. We work with the patients or the client in a holistic way. As a nurse, you should always work to respect, this is very important, respect the diverse cultures you come across when handling patients. And this will go a long way to impact the capability and quality of your work. To be culture competence, there are 5 components. This is very important. 5 components in cultural competence. As we said before, culture awareness is one of the main components to become cultural competent. Cultural knowledge, you have to read about another culture. You have to know, you have to gain knowledge regarding to other religions, regarding to their beliefs, values, how they deal in case when somebody illness, when somebody died. So it's very important for you. Another component is cultural skills. Your ability to collect relevant data and process it to help engage a patient in meaningful cross-cultural interaction. And another component is cultural encounter. It means that encourages nurses to venture out of the environment that they can conversant with, try new cultures and places. This is very, very important. And this will improve interacting with people from different backgrounds, culture, and ethnicity. Cultural desire. It means that I should have a desire to learn about another culture, another's values, another religions. You know, it's very, very important. I can talk about my experience when I study in Thailand. You know, this is for me the first time as a Muslim. I live in a country that the majority are not Muslims. So it's difficult, but I try to learn about this culture, how about their religions, when I go to the street, when I walk, when I talk to the people. So it's very important to learn and to have a desire to learn about another parts. Importance of cultural competence in nursing care. It helps the nurse offer the best service to every patient, leading to high satisfaction and care on the side of the patients. It also prevents professional health caregivers from possessing stereotypes and being myopic in their thoughts. Okay, this is very important also. And at the end, it helps them to offer the best service to the all, regardless of their social status or beliefs. Healthcare workers can strengthen their cultural competence by pursuing continuing education, cross-cultural interaction, or specific assessments. And this is very important. The universities in nursing program, they should focus to give like a course regarding about cultural competence for the nursing, so we can prepare our students to the how to deal with the different cultures, religions, beliefs. So I think it is very important to be in nursing program in a university level. Okay, of course, cultural competence nurses are essential to providing top quality services of their patients. Example of cultural competence in nursing, like this, speaking in terms that are easy for the patient to follow and understand. It's very important. Even I speak Arabic, even because in Palestinian, we all speak Arabic. But sometimes I have to be speaking in terms and use the terms that are clear and understood by the patients or by the client or by the mother when I deal with the mothers. As I said, because we have different background, we live in different area, so I need to speak with them in very clear way and understandable. Not judging, it's very important as a nurse. Do not judge to the others because they are different from your religions, they are different from your cultural background. So don't judge or disregarding a patient's belief and religious background. This is very, very important. Like, how to say it, in Ramadan, when we are fasting, if you deal with patients, they are not Muslims and they are not fasting. So it's very important to make the pictures clear for them. It is okay. Even I am fasting, it is okay that I will bring for you food. It's okay to eat in front of me, just like that. It's very important. And if I saw patients who are pray in different way because he's not Muslims, I should not disrespect his practicing his belief or religions. So it's very important for us not judging or disregarding patient beliefs. What is this? What you are talking about it? No, it is not good. No, this is not good for you as a nurses. And also we have to show empathizing with the patient at all times. Also valuing the individuals and the flatter on strength and individuality. It's important to, how to say it, but sometimes, yeah, it's wow, it's something new for me. I didn't know about this like this. So it is good that you told me that you are practicing this. Just like that, you always have to flatter on strength and individuality. So when you are dealing with a different cultural background or religions, okay? If you are not follow what we said before, of course, you will become culturally incompetent. And you can see from the picture that is like something that your arrow will not be in the targeting. So you will miss the target if you are not culturally incompetent nursing. Let's talk about some cultural issues need nurse to be culturally competent in Palestine. Because I am maternal, so I will give some example in maternals, like antenatal exercise. In Palestine, it is sometimes we confronted with cultural challenges, like restricted, some women, pregnant women, they are restricted from valuing childbirth education and prenatal fitness. It is not familiar for us that we do antenatal exercise in a group or in hospital or in a clinic, let's say, not hospital, in a clinic. It is not familiar. As a nursing, even it is in primary healthcare, the healthcare provider always work in antenatal, postnatal.
Okay, I think because in Miss Shurouq's situation is in the winter, so the internet connection is really bad and she is out again. So let's be wait again for Miss Shurouq's getting back in this room. Okay, thank you.
Sorry, Helen, sorry.
Welcome
Sorry.
back, Miss Shurouq.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I don't know. You know, I came from my home to university because in my home the internet is not good. So I came to the university. But today, even in the university, the internet is not okay. So I'm so sorry, Helen.
Yeah, it's fine. Well, I think because there's a winter, yeah, Miss Shurouq.
Yeah, because also it is winter weather, so sometimes it is difficult. I sent the PowerPoint to Dr. Maria, Helen. I sent the PowerPoint to Dr. Maria.
Okay, Miss, we will help you to share screen.
I will try to. Okay, I will continue. Okay, Helen, it's okay for you?
Okay, Miss, the screen is already.
Also, in antenatal exercise, if you want to do a program for antenatal exercise, culturally, the husband sharing in this exercise is culturally restricted, because it is not acceptable that the husband will be in the antenatal class with the other woman and with their husband, because as a Muslims, we live in conservative community, so it will be culturally unacceptable. So I, as a nurse, I cannot ask from the woman to bring her husband to the antenatal class. So I need to be very careful about this. Maybe I can give her individually, but as you know that antenatal exercise, it will be nice if you give in the group, okay? Just like this. This is one issue. Another issues, like we face a lot of pregnant women who are childbirth or postpartum and infant health care in Palestine. They sometimes use herbs for contraction or to facilitate labor or to help retain the placenta and management of postpartum hemorrhage. But sometimes these traditional herbs, we need to be familiar about these traditional herbs, because some herbs they cannot, they might cause side effects or negative action for the woman. Instead to give positive action, it will give a negative action. So I need to be familiar and I have knowledge about these herbs, so I can say that to the woman, no, you cannot use these herbs because it will affect you or it will affect your baby. So this is very important if I want to be culturally competent nursing. In mothering an extended family, you know, because we are, as a Palestinian, our community is extended family more than nuclear family. So the mother-in-law or the mother of the woman, they always share their experience about delivery, about how to breastfeeding baby, about giving bathing to the baby or giving baby care. But sometimes this advice is not good for the mother or the baby. So how we can say to the woman, no, please don't do that, because you have this will affect you or your baby. Like this, swaddle. Before, while I'm working in hospital, we always warning the mothers from not doing swaddle like this. This is incorrect, because it's approved by studies and evidence that it will affect the thigh and hip, especially for congenital hip dislocation. It will make the things worse. So we teach the woman always, please, if you want to swaddle your baby, this is the correct way. But some women, a lot of women, no, my mother told me to do this, or my mother-in-law told me to do this. So it is a challenging culturally to change the practice that is not good by evidence, okay? Or if I want to give bathing for the baby, most of the women, especially the bride-new mother or the first-time mothers, they said, no, I will not give bathing for my baby because I'm afraid to hold my baby. So my mother-in-law, she will do that. I met mothers who spend 1 year, they don't give bathing for their baby until they become older. She can give the bathing, but during this period, she always asks from mother-in-law or her mother to give bathing for her baby. So because, you know, we live in extended family. So sometimes you will face a mother-in-law or mother and you need to deal with them in appropriate way to change some ideas or practice or beliefs, because they live and do it many years. So it will be difficult for you as a nurse to change these practices or to change these beliefs in a proper way. So it's not easy. Breastfeeding, you know, in Palestine, 96 Palestinian of mothers are exclusive breastfeeding, which is good, okay? But during this 6 months, there is a drop in exclusive breastfeeding, okay? When we ask, you can see that many mothers, they give their babies sugar, water, or herbal tea instead of the breastfeeding, because this sometimes she took her instruction from mother-in-law and the mother, give your baby herbs because he's crying, and it is not allowed to give herbs or sugar water for the baby during the especially first 6 months, only breastfeeding. But sometimes we face a lot of issues and problems, and many infants came to the clinics with problems that is due to the mother give water sugar, or the mother give herbal tea, or not breastfeeding because her mother's or her mother-in-law told her to give. So we always, we always face these problems with the mothers and her baby. Okay, in Palestine, to encourage a woman for breastfeeding, we do a lot of things as culturally accepted. Is very important. Like if the mother in the hospital, we privacy while she give breastfeeding. If her baby is admission in a neonatal, there is a room special for breastfeeding to give more privacy for the mothers. And also in hospital, it is not allowed to marketing or promotion for breast formula inside the hospital. So all of these are culturally accepted, and this will encourage the woman to continue her breastfeeding when she go in hospital. In a clinic, there is a room also for the woman. She can give her breastfeeding for her baby and not to give formula. Also, we face a lot of mothers who are used regarding weaning practice, but weaning practice in bad way. So we always we have, as a nursing, to be culturally awareness about these methods and might affect the baby while she trying to weaning the baby from her breast. So we always face this. Family planning in Palestine, it's okay. Most of the women they use, but culturally, because most of the men, they don't share family planning. Always the woman, she used the family planning, but little bit men who accept to use family planning or use methods for contraceptions. Always the woman. So because he lives in the cultural that men no, but woman yes. Okay, so sometimes women may face a lot of side effects due to contraceptive methods, and we try to involve the men to participate in the contraceptive methods, but sometimes we face this, and a lot of men, they refuse to share contraception methods. Only his wife know his here. So about sexually transmitted disease, it is a sensitive topic to talk about. Even in school, it is sensitive. Or if a woman came to you to the clinic to ask about sexually transmitted disease, this is very, very sensitive topic to ask about, because it always have a stigma. So we have to be very careful when asked about sexually transmitted disease, or when we give lecture about sexually transmitted disease to the young age. You can see from, this is a study, you can see that when they conduct a study on Palestinian aged from 14 to 13 years, about just a question, including if they know about sexual transmitted disease like AIDS, syphilis, gonorrhea, fungal infection, or genital warts, 38.1 respondents knew at least one of sexual transmitted disease, but the rest, you can see 61.9 knew none. They don't know. So you need as a nurse to give knowledge about her. But because you live in a community conservatives or society conservatives, you have to be very careful when you give lectures or knowledge about sexual transmitted disease. So this is some issues that we face as a Palestinian nurse regarding
Well, because Miss Shurouq is in trouble again, who wants to help Miss Shurouq to share screen? Well, thank you, Miss Rima, for helping the Miss Shurouq to share the screen.
Yes, Helen. Yes, Helen. Okay, I almost finished. About cultural competence. Are you sharing, Helen?
Yes, Miss. We can help you to share the screen.
No, it's okay. I share it, Helen. Okay, I almost finished to talk about
you want to
cultural.
share for yourself, Miss?
Yes. I almost finished the cultural competence to talk, but at last, because my last presentations will talk about, I want to welcome you to come and visit Palestine. Even we live in a very difficult situation, but still Palestine have a high hospitality. So please come to visit Palestine and see our situation. So if you come to Palestine, you have many places to visit and many reasons to visit Palestine. I recommended the places to visit in Palestine, Dome of the Rock. You know the Dome of the Rock, and it is one of the most places visits by tourists. Okay, when they come to Palestine, Al-Aqsa Mosque. This is Al-Aqsa Mosque. It is very beautiful, and you know about Al-Aqsa. We have also, this is Al-Haram Al-Ibrahimi Masjid in Hebron. This is very old masjid in the world. Okay, so I recommended to visit these places. Also, we have, this is a church in the mountain. So it is, because as I said before, we have two religions, Muslims and the Christians. So we have a very old church in the world. It is the oldest, and still it is open. And you see is in the mountain. A famous church, Church of Nativity. This is in Bethlehem, and it has been said that this is the birthplace of Jesus Christ. And this is the most prominent religious site in the world, and a lot of Christians people came to visit this place in Palestine. Dead Sea, because we live between Mediterranean Sea area in the world, and you know it's a very because we are talk about culture. So this is the tradition and for men, and this is and this is a symbol, very a symbol for Palestinian. Okay, and this is the traditional clothes for women, and this is the kofia, which is very different from the Gulf people who wear the red
Sorry,
and
Miss.
white.
Sorry
In
for cutting your
Palestine, we
presentation.
wear the men wear the red and the black. Yes.
Miss, excuse me, but
and this is Palestinian cuisine.
your session is
This
not
is olive tree. We are famous in olive tree and olive oil.
I'm sorry for the trouble from Miss Shurouq. We can wait again, Miss Shurouq, to join this room.
Yes, Helen, I almost finished.
Yes, welcome back, Miss.
Okay, I'm just talking about the cultural, Palestinian culturals. It is nice to see it and to know a little bit about our cultures. It is okay, is Helen?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, can you move? Because I cannot move my slides.
Okay, Miss, I will move my presentations.
Okay, Helen, I think it's okay. Now I can do it. I can do it. This is the because we Palestinian cuisine is one of the cuisine in the world are famous with delicious food, and we depend so much on a bread, not rice, so much on a bread, and olive oil and olive tree is the most famous tree in Palestine, and it is healthy. You know, it is healthy. This is our main dishes: rice, chicken, meat. This is bread, onion. And this is famous dishes in Palestine. If you want to know about the culture of cuisine of Palestinian, and this is the sweet kunafa, and this is baklava, always the famous dishes, sweet in Palestine. So we'll come to any questions. I'm so sorry for this interruption. If you have any questions, I finish my lecture.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Shurouq, for giving us such an informative and interesting lecture. Ladies and gentlemen, now we come to the questions and answer session. All participants may ask questions by raising hand and open their mic or send the questions through the chat box. Okay, Ms. Shurouq, while we're waiting for participants to asking the questions, allow me to give a quick review about the material have been presented today. Well, Palestinians represent the world's largest refugee population and one of its longest standing. Military conflict and political turmoil stemming from the Arab-Israel dispute have forced millions of Palestinians to leave their homes and seek refuge to elsewhere many more than once. Well, Ms. Shurouq, I want to tell you a story that I have watched video on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, or other social media about the situations and conditions in Palestine. And I see that the people, especially women and children, there was very emotional. They see the situations in Palestine, which is their home, their land, and they have to feel the violence against Israel. And I'm so emotional when I see the braveness from the women and the children. When I see their fight against the soldier, just like they slap or they're yelling and make fun of the soldier, and they just want to defend and keep their land. And then I saw the violations of children's rights, just like children being attacked by the soldiers on their way to school, and seeing the strangers, friends, or even their parents or siblings being killed. And then the children maybe have felt threatened or a loss or a lack security, fear, and also many psychological symptoms such as the nightmares, neuroses, and high levels of aggressive behaviors, and also hyperactivity, low attention and concentration. And that makes level of exposure to trauma and violence there was very high. So I want to ask you, as a native Palestinians and also a nurse, which is, how is the real situations there, and how women and child access the health care during the conflict, and also what are the roles and ways of nurse to protect the children there, and when the conflict is ongoing, and how to heal the trauma, psychological symptoms, and other pain that felt by the children, Ms. Shurouq?
Helen, you have many questions. You prepare yourself very well. Actually, live in Palestine, it's not easy. By the way, today we have a closure because 4 young people have been killed yesterday. So today is a closure day for them. It's very difficult. It's not easy. But as a Palestinian, we are fighter by nature. We are fighter. We want, we feel, because you know that this is your land, so you will do your best to survive. Regarding women and children, as I said before, that because in the lands, the Palestinian lands is divided to Area C, Area B, Area A, B, C. So the areas that I live in, Area A, it's okay because the clinics and hospitals are in the same cities. But if the people from rural area want to come to the major hospitals in the cities, it will be difficult, not easy. So sometimes they use the ambulance, or we have programs for to visit, like home visit or delivery at the home. And in each rural area, we have a clinics. So can the people will not go to travel many hours to reach the city. You understand me? So we depend so much on the mobile clinics that sometimes we use mobile clinics to give vaccine or to do checkup for women, for elderly people. Regarding your questions about mental health, yes, we suffer a lot from depression. We have a lot of cases of depressions. Depression cases in Palestine is very high, especially in young age. Okay, you know, aggressive violence high in Palestine because we live in very restricted situations and not comfortable situations in Palestine. Excuse me. Okay. I hope I can. I understand. I answered your questions. I hope. But it is a very wide questions, so it needs another lecture to talk about this. But we're still alive. We're still survivor. Don't worry. We still survive. But it is not easy. But we have to. We cannot. This is our, how to say, this is our destiny. So we have to deal with it.
Okay,
yes.
Miss, wow, your struggle is really touching me. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give protection and mercy.
Inshallah.
Amin. Well, is there someone want to ask a questions to Miss Shurouq?
There is a questions. Okay, Helen.
Okay, there's a questions from media. Yes. Okay, Vidya. Vidya, you may activate your microphone or send the questions in the chat box, and I will read it.
She already write her question on the chat.
Okay, I think Vidya wants me to read the questions. Assalamualaikum, Miss. I'd like to ask 3 questions. How far must the people of Gaza go to the Aqsa Mosque? And where's the most vulnerable place in Palestine, which is often a place of conflict between Palestine and Israel, and why? And does being a nurse in Palestine have a guarantee of their safety? Well, that's the questions from Vidya.
Okay, thank you so much, Vidya, for your questions. Wa alaikum salam. Regarding to your first questions, how far must the people of Gaza go to the Aqsa Mosque? No, they are not allowed for them to go to Aqsa Mosque unless if they want to go to the hospital in Jerusalem. It's called Al-Maqasid Hospital. So they need to have a permission or a reason to go to the hospital. And when they go to the hospital, they take a chance to visit the Al-Aqsa Mosque. But in normal situation, no, it is not allowed for Gaza people or for me, even me, it is not allowed for me to go to Aqsa Mosque. I need to get permissions, or I need to go how to say it, to move around and to go to in many roads so I can get, but it is, how to say it, but it is not safe to take this risk. Okay, regarding to your second questions, everywhere, every place in Palestine is vulnerable. There is no safe place in Palestine. Okay, there is no safe place everywhere. And regarding to your third question, does being a nurse in Palestine have a guarantee of their safety? No. Even medical provider and healthcare provider, we don't have any guarantee for safety, especially who is working in ambulance, in hot area. They don't have a guarantee. And many medical providers, I think the last month, there is doctors who have been murdered by Israel and killed by Israel while he is trying to help the people. He have been shot last month. So we don't have a guarantee for safety. No. Just guarantee by God. Just. Okay, Vidya, I hope that I answer your 3 questions.
Okay, thank you, Miss, for the answer. And Vidya, is it enough or you want to add more?
Sama WA. Yang lain nggak bisa.
Okay, it's enough. Well, is there someone who want to ask more questions to Miss Shurouq? Okay, Shaki, you want to ask a questions?
Yes.
Well, just activate your mic, and now you can ask directly to Miss Shurouq.
Hello, Mrs. Shurouq. For that, let me introduce myself. My name is Nafila, and I want to ask a question to you. Well, my question is, the conflict in the region also leaves many Palestinian children living with the daily threat of violence. 48% of Palestinian children have experienced firsthand violence or directly witnessed a close family member becoming a victim of violence. My question is, to recover their mentality, are they taken to a counseling place one by one, or are they given an understanding that what is happening in Palestine is a fate and they need to be able to that? That's my question.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your questions, Salsabilla. Regarding to your questions, you know, since the baby born in Palestine and he grow up surrounded by many of these conflicts, he will understand that this is his faith. If he is a Palestinian, this is a faith. From since you are growing up and surrounded, because many babies, they lost their fathers, they lost their mothers, they lost their brothers, or they have been killed or shot by Israel soldiers. So a lot of children, they see how to say it, live the sadness and see the sadness and grieving regarding to loss one of the parents, or loss of his brother, or loss of his sister, or any close to his heart. So he lived with that. We try our best in school, in clinic, to find some programs that can help the children to express their feelings with the play. You know, it is better to work with the children with the play more than talking, because the children is difficult to express his feeling when you compare it with the adult. We can speak, we can cry, but the children, no, they cannot speak, so they keep it inside them. So we try to find programs, counseling programs, to work with them. Of course, the psychological therapy, sometimes some children, they need psychological therapy, they need psychological counseling. Because some children who live, especially in areas that are very hot, like in Gaza, when they bomb Gaza, many children, they saw the blood, they saw the bodies, they saw the house burning. So they are facing sleeping disorder or sleeping deprivation, and anxiety, fear, urinary incontinence. So they face a lot of physical and psychological problems. So they need help. They need help. They need psychological counseling. Yes, yes. We try our best, but since they born Palestinian, they grow up and how to say, they adapt. We adapt. We have adaptation. You know, you have to adapt with your life. This is not your choice. This is your destiny. So you need to adapt with the situation, and it is not easy to change. This is situation. It will not change by day. You know, so you have to adapt. You have to enjoy your life. When there is a celebration, eat. We have to enjoy, to wear new clothes, to make sweet. You understand me? We want to enjoy the life. Yes, like the others people in other countries.
Okay, thank you, Miss, for your explanation. That's really informative. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Okay, thank you, S.Kp, for the good questions. Is it enough, or you want to add more questions, or just like? Hello?
Yes.
Is it the answer from you, Shurouq?
Oh, yes, it's
enough?
Yes.
Okay, enough. Okay, the next question is from Mrs. Hana Rizmadewi Agustina. Well, Ms. Hana, you can activate your microphone and ask questions to Ms. Shurouq directly.
Okay, thank you, Helen. Dr. Shurouq is really interesting.
Enggak, masalahnya aku sama Helen sama-sama kesini, sama enggak?
Also insightful. I just want to highlight because you mentioned palliative care is one of your interests, right? So am I. So I'm interested in palliative care too. I always have a question in my mind when dealing with the palliative and end-of-life care. People always talking about what is the meaning of life, dying, and death. So I just want to know from the perspective of Palestinian, because just like you said, Palestinian people are adapt with the situation, and it tends to be to regard as a part of their destiny. So what is the meaning of life, dying, and death in Palestinian context, especially in Palestinian people?
Thank you, Ms. Hana. I don't know, really, I don't know. But from my perspective, life is, you know, I don't know how to say it, but it's not easy, you know, because, you know, sometimes, how to say it, but you cannot make a plan for tomorrow. You understand me, Hana? Really, you cannot make a plan for tomorrow because, you know, yesterday I planned that this will be, I will do my lectures, everything's okay. But at 12 midnight, there is a conflict, big conflict, and 4 people died. Well, not died. They are being killed by Israel. So everything is closed now. If you go the street, everything is closed. So I always said that as a Palestinian, I cannot do plan for tomorrow because I don't know what will happen. I don't have, I don't know, I go out from my home, but I don't know if I will return back safely. You know, you understand me? this is the concept of life. Just live day by day. You know, Miss Hana, live day by day. Like die and died, it is like we use the concept of shahada, because I don't know if you know the shahada in Arabic. So because we live on Holy Land, and so we will sacrifice our lives to this Holy Land. And we considered when you died, and actually when you killed by Israel, it means that you got shahada, you know. So this is the concept of shahada. It's always connect with the died, you know. It is better for to be killed by Israel more than to killed by in fighting or just or like this. Okay, so it is different. And if you ask the women who lost their sons or killed by Israel, I think that died and life, it will be different. So you don't have one meaning for life, died, for each. It's a different situation. If you ask this question for people who live in Gaza, who are closure, surrounded, if you ask these questions, I don't think so. It will be optimistic answer. You will see that there are depressions because a closure more than 10 years surrounded Gaza. So it will be difficult. For me, no planning for tomorrow. No planning for tomorrow. I don't know what will happen. Just live day by day like this. And if I die, okay, this is my because from my religions, this is also important. It will reflect your religion. It will reflect your definitions or meaning about these concepts. So I cannot answer you, Hana, Miss Hana. This is very difficult questions, Miss Hana. And we need to do research. We can do research together about this if you want. Because I live in conflict situations. So we can do research about this. Actually, I don't know. I cannot. I give my answer, but for Palestinian, no. It will be different according to their situations. Yes.
Yes, I agree. The reason why I'm asking this question because the information about end-of-life care practice, especially in the conflict area, which is very, very limited in current publication. So I think I agree with you. So I think if there's a more studies exploring about the end-of-life care perspective, especially among people living in conflict area, it will give different perspective to people around the world. So they will see different, they will have a different perspective as well. So I mean, it's all not always bad because for the people living in a conflict area, that is the meaning of this for them, which is totally different compared people living in a very settled and peaceful area.
Yes, so I totally agree with you, Ms. Hana. I totally agree. Yes.
Yeah,
but it's not always, even you live in conflict area or under occupation. I don't want to say it conflict area because our problem is occupation, you know, Ms. Hana, is occupation. You cannot feel free. We don't have the meaning of living free, you know. We don't have the meaning to be safe. I want to be safe. Why I stay in my home? Why I have to be worried even I stay in my home? Because I'm afraid that I will be attacked by Israel settlement. If I go with my car, maybe I will shot on checkpoint. This is, you know, this is the feeling that you always carry with you whenever you go or travel in Palestine. But you will not live this when you live in countries. It's free, you know, there is a freedom. You can go everywhere. No, for me, I cannot go after 12 midnight. I cannot stay out my home after 12 midnight. And sometimes after 10 p.m., I cannot stay out. I cannot, because I do not know, maybe there is a sudden checkpoint, maybe a soldiers, because in West Bank, totally is different from Gaza. Gaza, there is no Israel inside Gaza. But in West Bank, like in my city, we are surrounding. In any times, Israel will come to you. In any times, Israel soldiers. My home, my village is close near to the settlement. So anytime, if they want to harm you, they can come and harm you near to your house. So it is different, totally different. So
yeah. Maybe next time we can think about doing some research together. It's really
why not? You know, Miss Hana, I in my presentation, yesterday if I want to put more slides about conflict, but it takes how to say it, because I just been surrounded by cultural competence, nursing, maternal. So I didn't want to go to more about conflict or about the occupation and how the occupation affects the Palestinian life. So I didn't go to this way. But maybe, yes, we can talk. Yeah, and as you said, more research. Yes, we need more research. Yes.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for your fairly honest answer. I really appreciate it. Okay.
You are mostly welcome, Ms. Hana.
Okay, give it back to you, Helen. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Hana and Ms. Shurouq, for providing me and us new knowledge about the situation in Palestine, especially in the West Bank, where Ms. Shurouq is live. Well, ladies and gentlemen, is there any questions again? You can raise hand or just send the questions to the chat box. Okay, because there's no more questions, then I will continue to end this open lecture. And before I close this open lecture, I would like to take the conclusions from what Ms. Shurouq has presented. The word Palestine derives from the Greek word Philistia, which dates to ancient Greek writers' descriptions of the region in the 12th century BC. The majority of Palestinians are Muslim, and the main language is Palestinian Arabic. And also, culturally competence in nursing implies the ability of healthcare workers to give the best medical care to patients. And there's a 5 components of cultural competence in nursing, just like cultural awareness, cultural knowledge, cultural skills, cultural encounter, and cultural desire. Culturally competent care in nursing is important to be applied because it helps the nurse to offer the best services to every patient, leading to high satisfaction and care on the side of the patients. And also culturally care competent nurses are essential to provide top quality services to their patients. And the several example of culturally competent in nursing is not judging a patient's belief and religion's background, valuing individual and empathizing with the patients all the time. Some cultural issues need nurse to be culturally competent. And then there's a lot of things if you want to visit Palestine, just like Dome of the Rock, Al-Aqsa Mosque, Al-Haram, Al-Ibrahim Masjid, Hebron, Marsaba Monastery, Dead Sea, Palestinian cultural, Palestinian cuisine, and also there's many more. Well, I'd like to thank Ms. Shurouq for the informative and interesting presentations and all participants for being active through the lecture. Finally, give applause to the speaker, Ms. Shurouq, and for you all. Well, next, there will be a certificate handover to Ms. Shurouq by the coordinator of the Fundamental of Nursing course, Mrs. Maria Komariah, MSN, MSc, Ph.D.
Okay, thank you. Hello, dear Shurouq.
Hello, dear Maria.
Okay. Thank you for your wonderful sharing experience and knowledge, I think, for today. It is, I believe it is very benefit for our students. And on behalf of Faculty of Nursing. As an appreciation, I would like to present a certificate for you. I hope it is a benefit for you.
It's very beautiful, Maria. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes.
Okay. Maybe the certificate I will send you by WhatsApp. Okay. Thank you.
You send it for me through WhatsApp, Maria?
Yes, the certificate I direct send you by WhatsApp.
Okay, okay, dear.
Okay.
Just if you excuse me, I want just thank you so much, Maria, for your invite. I'm so happy, and I hope that I could give some issues related to cultural competence and to give some pictures about the situation in Palestine. I know that you are in Indonesia, that we have some peace in your heart regarding to your Palestine. And I want to also to thank your head department, Saria Handa, Miss Saria Handa. Thank you so much. Yes, it is the head department. I didn't thank her in the beginning.
Hana.
Hana.
Hana,
Handa.
yeah. Hana.
Handa. So I want to thank her so much for her speech at the beginning, but because the Wi-Fi interruption, I couldn't say thank you for you all. Thank you, Maria, again. And you have a very beautiful moderator, Helen. She is very good. She's very excellent. And she speaks English very well. And she prepared herself very well, very well. And I want to thank the other students who have been in our sessions. I hope to meet you one day in Indonesia, inshallah, inshallah. And you have to come to here in Palestine, Maria. Please, you have to come. You promised me to come and visit Al-Aqsa. Okay?
Amin, amin, inshallah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I don't know what to say. I'm so overwhelmed by your hospitality, by your wonderful words. Thank you, Maria, to give me this chance. Really, thank you. And hope, inshallah, in the future, you will be our guest in my faculty, inshallah. Inshallah.
Inshallah, most welcome, Mr. Okay.
Well, okay, Miss Maria, for the handover certificate to Miss Shurouq. Well, Miss Shurouq, I would like to remind you that you can stay here because there's a door prize session.
Really?
Yes. We just prepare it. Okay. Finally, we are at the end of our open lecture. Once again, I would like to thank you to Ms. Shurouq for being such an amazing and inspirational speaker for today, and also for Mrs. Hana, Mrs. Maria, and also Mrs. Teresia for being able to attend this open lecture, and also for all the participants that are actively listening to the material this afternoon. And I hope we can take the lessons from what the speaker has presented, that culturally competent care in nursing, application in maternal and child care, the occupied Palestinian territory. And before I close the session, I want to take a quote from Joshua J. Murray. Challenges are what makes life interesting, and overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. So let's enjoy our challenges to serve the society. It means a lot to them. I'm Helen, Frieda, Katherine, and officially close this session. Hand over to Miss Nafila Oktaviandra as the MC. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, thank you, Miss Helen, for leading the open lecture very well, and also Miss Shurouq for giving a very insightful and beneficial lecture. Actually, this material is very interesting because a few weeks ago, we also received a material about culturally competent care in nursing, but this time we got a different and unique perspective than before, especially from the land of our brothers and sisters in faith, Palestine. We have also explained that even though Palestine is one of the countries that have difficult situation, they still provide the best health service to their patient, especially in material cases, while maintaining relationship and respecting each patient regardless what language they speak or what religion they believe, such as is it Muslim or Christianity. Of course, can be an example for our country, considering our country is a country with a high heterogeneity to improve our service in nursing. Yeah, not only in the field of nursing, but Palestine also teaches us to keep fighting and be silent with with the existing situation, and always be grateful to be able to breathe in free air. Yeah, me personally, yeah, I got a little emotional when Miss Shurouq explained the house situation in Palestine. Yeah, it almost got me crying. But yeah, as siblings in faith, as Indonesian, we Palestinian is have a special place in our heart because of their faith also have the same faith as us, and we also hopefully their protection in everywhere and every time.
Thank you. No cry today. No cry.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I came here to enjoy and sharing. Thank you so much, Nafila, for your words, for your heart's words, and it's enough that you keep your dua for us. And I know you have, Maria. She always support me. She always give me the support, and how, I don't know what to say, but you touch my heart, Nafila, and thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really, thank you so much. Maria, I love you. Maria, I love you because you give me this chance today. And, I don't know what to say. I want to cry. I am so emotional here. Nafila, you are great. Helen, you are great. Your students, Maria, you are lucky to have like these students. They are willing to learn, to know more about the other cultures and other peoples. So you are lucky, Dr. Maria, with your students. They are great. Okay?
Yeah,
and hope for you the success in futures and to be great nurse. Okay? Take care for yourself, and hope to meet you again, inshallah. Inshallah.
Thank you, Miss Shurouq. But yeah, okay. For the next session, there will be a door prize session. Okay. I think we can moving out to the next session. There will be a door prize session in 2 categories. First, there will be a live Q&A, and the next I'm going to announce the best questions for the last session. Okay, for the live Q&A, I will read out the question, and the participant must answer my question correctly in the chat box. The participant with the fastest and correct answer will win a prize. So, are you guys ready? First question is, what do you know about components of cultural components in nursing? Okay, that's number 1. I hope everyone can answer in the chat box. So everyone can answer in the chat box, so you can win a mysterious prize. This sponsored by Faculty of Nursing, Padjadjaran University. Sambil menunggu. Okay, so while we're waiting for our answer, okay, I think we have one. I think we have one answer. Okay, everyone, I think everyone is popping out. Yeah, I think it looks like everyone. So I saw some participants already answer, and okay, the judges are now deciding who's the winner. Okay, everyone is popping out the questions, but we're looking for the fastest and the correct answer. And the judges are already decided who's the winner. And congratulations for Andin Putri athlete for the first question. Thank you, Andin. Your answer correctly and the fastest. Congratulations, Andin. Moving on to the second question. Guys, are you guys ready? Okay, number 2. What do you know about the example of cultural component in nursing? Okay. What do you know about the example of cultural competent care in nursing? I think everyone is already typing fast because this is your chance to win a mysterious surprise. Wow, everyone is really, wow. Yeah, I think I saw participants that already show up. Answer the second question. Okay, I think we already have the second winner for this session. Congratulations to Akila Vadia for your answer. Your answer is correct. Congratulations, Akila. Okay. Okay, for the last question, this is a special question because we will ask for suggestion from Mr. Shurouq herself. Miss, do you have any questions for the participants to win the last prize in this session? Would you like to suggest a questions?
When Palestine have been occupied by Israel?
When the Palestine is occupied by Israel. Okay, does anyone wants? Okay, everyone's really popping out the answer really quick. And okay.
It's difficult to choose, Nafila.
Yeah.
You have to
yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, because this is a special question. I will. This is you can decide who is the winner. Who is the winner for the last prize?
Can you give all of them? Can you give all of them?
I can. We have limited our prize, so you have to choose one.
Amanda.
Amanda? Okay, congratulations to Amanda Dwi Fontuna. You've been chosen by Mrs. Shurouq herself for winning the last prize of our door prize. Congratulations, Amanda. Okay, and that's our little questions and live question and answer. And okay, lastly, oh yeah. Well, okay, for second door prize station, we move on to the next category is has the best questions. Okay, so that's just already decided. Okay. Okay, I already asked the judges, and they already have a name for the best questions. Okay, for the first best question goes to Miss Widya. Congratulations for your you are the best questions this far. Congratulations, Widya. Okay, for the first place in the best questions is congratulations to Salsabila Saki. Congratulations, Salsabila Saki. You're winning the last prize of last category, best questions for the best questions asked. Congratulations for all the winners. Okay, congratulations to the winner. For those who haven't had a chance to win a door prize, don't be discouraged because you still have a chance to win a prize in the next open lecture. Thank you. Okay, for the winners, you can contact the number of committee that has been that will send in the chat box. Once again, congratulations to all the winners and all participants. Finally, we are at the end of our session. As saying goes, to every beginning, there is an ending. And now the open lecture has come to its end. Thank you to Mrs. Hana Rizmadewi Agustina, M.En. Ph.D. as the head of the Department of Basic and Child Nursing at Padjadjaran University, Mrs. Shurouq Ghalib Qadous, MCH Ph.D. as a guest lecturer, and thank you so much for your beneficial lecture. It is a really rare chance for us to be lectured by a lecturer from Palestinian, because it's really broadened for our perspective. Okay, and thank you for Mrs. Maria Komariah, BS and MCH, PhD as a core coordinator, Mrs. Teresia Eriani as nurse M.Kes as a lecturer of Faculty of Nursing Padjadjaran University. Thank you to all participants entirely who joined this open lecture. May we have conducted will be useful for us. On behalf of the master ceremony, I would like to extend once again my deepest appreciation to you all for your support. In appreciation, we wish you a safe and for continuing your activity today. Ladies and gentlemen, if in guiding this event I made a mistake or offend someone here, please forgive me. Let us close this event with a prayer. May the event which we have be beneficial for us all. I end my duty as a master of ceremony for today's event with wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much. Assalam.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss Shurouq.
Stay happy and healthy.
Bye.
Thank you, Miss Shurouq.
Terima kasih.
Ya, terima kasih Bu Maria, Bu Teres, sama mahasiswa 2022. Keren banget deh. Congratulations ya. Oke.
Ngotak-ngatik lemari.
Apa kabar? Puji Tuhan, alhamdulillah.
Ini.
Izin live ya semuanya.
Iya, terima kasih Bu Hana. Terima kasih Bu Teres. Bu Teres mau langsung itu evaluasi?
Ya,
Ya, evaluasi biasa.
satu ya.